We didn't have dogs ever before until my grandson got one from a litter. There was 10. Our neighbors had dogs and little puppies. And he sat down on the ground and those little puppies came and one licked his hand. And at that time I had no clue whether it was female or male. But he picked the puppy that came and licked his hand. He said, "I want this puppy."
Everybody knows Fatso on the west side. He's really aggressive and very territorial. He's a good dog. He started to come around. We always feed him. He's not our dog, but we always feed him. He comes over and he knows when we're going to feed our dog. He comes over and we'll feed him too as well.
The first step is to feed them, like to build some kind of, bond or relationship, and then after you can start to pet him like that. But I thought the dog was aggressive because he was trying to bite me, but Kelly ended up, she was there for minutes and she had the dog feeding out of her hand. She was petting him and I was like, what the? I ain't going near that dog. I was freaked out, but she knows dogs, and hopefully you need to interact with your dog so that maybe the dogs, maybe it'll help with less dog bites that way.
I had a visit with my grandma, and Josephine told me, she said, be kind to that dog. That's his companion first before you. So be kind to that dog, and that dog will be kind back to you. You know what? She was right, because when I was pushing it away, it would be mean. And then when I invited him into my life, that dog would be more kind.
Like that guy that said, dogs are expandable. As soon as one's gone, well, you just get another one, So you don't really stress on the idea of taking care of that one forever, because it's its own self, it's its own little soul. They don't understand that.
I think after this, the clinic that they had, I noticed that people talk more of their dogs, knowing that this whole operation went through. I think they have a little bit more respect for their dog, and that's what I hear more about other people respecting them by feeding them, watering them, paying attention to them more.
I'm noticing too that when they see the collars, the dog collars, they recognize the dogs more and they're greeting them more. But even my children are saying, "Oh, that's Nacho," and I'm like, you know the dog's name, and they're like, "Yeah." Through the clinic, and it's creating a bond even with people that don't own the dogs. They know who the dog is. They identify with the dog, and then they help to take care of the dog also.
Most of it is, my daughter really likes dogs, and she wanted to have a dog, so we got one. And she says it's like her, just for friends, it's for her. And plus they're protectors.
My younger brother, he's kind of like, he takes Ritalin and stuff, and I don't know what it is, but there's this old dog that lives up the hill from us, well, from where he lives, and this dog just follows him around everywhere he goes. Even though he's old and he got ran over and whatever, like he just limps around with my brother, and I don't know, my brother just takes care of him, and that dog takes care of him, and it's so awesome. It is awesome. I don't know why, because every time, like my brother gets in trouble and everything, but when that dog's around, he's different. It's just like they bond so good, so well. They take care of each other, and it's just, I don't know, it's sad sometimes because it's cute.
My mom told us that it's good to have a dog because they do, if there's a sickness coming, they do sometimes take that sickness on themselves, and they'll die rather than someone else in the house. And what I've noticed over the years is, and that's one thing I don't like, but I know it's maybe a warning or something, but if someone is going to pass away, our dogs cry like 2 or 3 nights before, and they'll cry every night, and then I always know that I might be hearing of a death, and it's always it always happens. And so I think maybe that's just a blessing in some way that we are given that warning of some type.
Some of our elders here they said that's your best friend, a dog. That's your best friend. They say, the elders, they say, if you're a sick man, say you're not going to get well, you have to go to the spirit world. The dog says, no, you'll get well. I'll do the spirit, I'll go to the spirit world for you. I'll die for you. But I want you to live for a long time. That's what a dog, a friend, can do to you, I guess.
When you go for walks outside on the res, you could bump into a bear and things like that. So if you're with a dog, it's especially good if the dog is noisy or loud, because it keeps animals away. Or sometimes if you see the ear move in a certain direction, you know there's something over there. And children that grow up with outdoor dogs learn to read without even knowing their dog, with just different things that it does, the eyes, if both ears are down, or just different things like that. So they're really handy for going for walks, and some can be trained for hunting.